Hello students, this is a little demonstration video to show you how to access the group discussion boards, where to find the instructions for the group discussions, and then also how to quickly get back to your group discussion board later in the week so that way you can make your follow-up posts. So I'm first going to just show you how to initially access the group discussion board and find the instructions for this discussion in week 1. So all the course information, all the course assignments, everything can be found in the learning modules. You find that here on the left-hand side of the course menu. So we're going to click that. All right, so here's week 1, Faith, Reason, and Philosophy of God. In later weeks, other learning modules will pop up beneath this, but we're going to do week 1 here. So we're going to click week 1. And you can see that all the assignments and due dates are all listed here on the description. Anyway, click that. It's going to take you here to the learning module. Now, on the left-hand side in the table of contents, you can see a list of all the things that you need to do this week. So after you've done your self-introduction and you've created your perusal account, we come down here and it says, read Davies' overview of the main schools of theism. So this is going to be required for the group discussion board. So you find the attached file link and you click that and it'll open up this PDF and here's the reading you need to do. So go ahead and do that reading. It's not too long. It's pretty straightforward. Anyway, so you would then go to number 4, group discussion board, and you can navigate either by clicking the arrows back and forth over here, or you can just click on the item on the table of contents. So do group discussion board. So the group discussion board for week 1, here is the information for the discussion board. So every discussion board prompt with the information as to what you need to talk about in your discussion board posts will be found in the learning modules. So here is the prompt. It says, please read Brian Davies' overview of the different concepts of God held by theists. See the previous item, so that was number 3. So you go over and read the PDF. Then in your initial post, you will do the following. You'll describe what you think the average modern day American, regardless of religious belief or lack thereof, understands the word God to mean when they hear talk about God. Answer the following question. Does this common conception correspond more to classical theism or theistic personalism, to both, or to neither? And third, briefly explain what we should take the word God to mean. What do you think the word God properly means? What is the true meaning of the word God that everyone should understand? All right, so these are the instructions as to what you will be talking about in this week's discussion group. All right. So once you have that, you might want to copy this down, either write it down or copy paste it into Microsoft Word or into some other app so you can just have it with you. You then click to launch the group discussion board. So every student has been assigned to one of 3 discussion groups. And so it'll bring this right here, and don't click create group. Do not do that. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Instead, you will click on the group that comes up for me. My test account is in discussion group 3. So I will click that. And here's the description of my group here, the other people in the class in my group. So Bill, Martin, Lewis, Jane, Janae, Street, Nicholas, etc. And come down here, group tools, and it says group discussion board. And so I will click on group discussion board. That will take me to the group discussion board here. Yeah. So the forms are going to be, there will be one form for each week. So here's the week 1 discussion form. And here's the requirements for participating in the discussion board, right? If you want to see the post, the prompt, you're gonna have to go back to the learning module where we just were. But you'll click here, week 1 discussion form. And here is the discussion form. You'll see that Martin has already made his initial post. And so I will click create thread. All right, so here are the instructions for the form. You must do at least 4 posts on the discussion board. You have your initial post, which directly answers the question in the prompt that we looked at in the learning module. This initial post needs to be 400 words minimum. You must do it by end of day on Tuesday. And please, if you can, break up your answers to the multiple questions into separate paragraphs. It makes it a lot easier to read. Maybe that seems obvious, but nonetheless, people don't always do that. All right, so I'm going to make my initial post. So I'll put the subject, right, my thought on the idea of God, right? And then I will come down here and I will put my answers, right? So why is this not showing? There we go. So, I'll type, when people talk about God, I think that they mean a big man in the sky with a beard, or whatever it is, right? And so there's another point. I'm going to start a new paragraph. This is most like theistic personalism, and then last, this is not what we should take God to mean. And then, okay, obviously this is too short. You need 400 words and answer all the questions. Now, once you complete your initial post, you'll hit submit. And then it gets posted where everyone in your group can see it. Now, after you've done your initial post, you then have to, as per the instructions, comment on 2 of your fellow students' posts. Now, you can't comment on 2 different posts if not everyone has done their initial post, so it's important to get your initial post done as soon as possible for the sake of your classmates, for the sake of your classmates. And they need to do it for your sake, so you have an opportunity to fulfill all the requirements. So I will click on Martin's, and I will read through his. I think that if I were to ask the average American what God means, blah, 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 all right, so read through what he says. And then I would click reply, and after reading it, I will compose my reply post. Now, you need to comment on at least 2 of your classmates' initial posts, You need to comment on 2 of your classmates' threads. And those in your comments should include a compliment or a connection that you see between what they said and something that was in the readings or some experience you had. A critique, if you disagree with something Martin said, you say, Martin, I don't quite think that's what modern day Americans mean. I think when they talk about God, they mean a man in the sky, and here's why, or give your reasons why, or you ask a question. Now you need to do 2 of those in each comment, So a compliment and a critique, or a connection and a question, or a connection and a compliment, or any combination of the 2. So I'll go in and I'll type, this is very clearly stated. I like how you, and so I'll put in my comment there. Once I know that, I would hit submit. I'm not going to, because this is just a test account. I don't want to give Martin a useless demo comment nonetheless. So cancel. And now then to get out of the thread, you would click OK down here. It'll take you back to the forum. And your comments on your classmates' posts are always going to be due Wednesday at 11:59. So at the end of day on Wednesdays. Your first post is due every Tuesday at 11:59 p.m. Your comments on your classmates' posts are due at 11:59 on Wednesday. If there's not enough, comment on as many as there are, Comments on as many as there are. And then last, by the end of day Thursday, you need to have replied to at least 1 comment on your own thread, So I would click back on my thread. Let's say that there was a comment there. I would then reply to the comment. I would address the compliment or the connection or the question, right? I would reply to what was said. This is how we can get a interesting discussion going. Now, obviously, to get to the discussion forum here was rather long and tedious. Let's just go back here to the the home page. So let's say that you've already made your initial post and you want to go check the discussion board to comment on your classmates' posts, or you want to go check the discussion board to reply to a comment on your post. You don't have to go to the learning module and take all those steps to get there. You can just simply scroll down and you'll see discussion board groups. So you click on that and you'll see your group, discussion group 3. You click on that and then click on group discussion board. So that removes at least 3 steps. And then here it is. You can also on the course menu go to the bottom and it says my group, discussion group 3, and you can click right here, group discussion board, and that will take you directly there. So that's actually the fastest way you can do it. So you go down to my groups, discussion group 3, you click open the menu, you click group discussion board, and boom, takes you directly there. However, note this. To begin, to make your initial post, you will always need to go to the learning module to get the prompt for that post. The prompts will be always put in the learning module. But to access the discussion board, you don't have to go through that. You can just go down to the bottom, my groups, open up. So my groups, open up your discussion group, click group discussion board, and it'll take you right there. All right, I hope that was helpful for everybody. So please make sure that you get your initial posts in by end of day Tuesday. You get your comments in by end of day Wednesday. And you get your replies to comments on your own post end of day Thursday. If you want to do more than that, have at it. That'll just increase your participation score for discussion boards. Thank you, and I'll see you online.